Welcome back, everybody. I am the Jimmer. This is King of the Hill. We're going to do a sort of a little bit of an error fix, or a redo, if you will. Way back in episode 48, the Xeon by Scythopin faced the Predator by a nickel. Unfortunately, they had already battled each other. This is the spreadsheet I use to keep track of everything. As you can imagine, with all these entries and new entries constantly moving in and old entries getting retired, it's a whole lot to keep track of, and so I try and keep track of everything in the spreadsheet here. So far, it's been pretty successful, but the one episode 48, I did mix up where I had these two face each other, and they had already faced in episode 40. So what I'm going to do is, what should have happened in episode 48 is the Xenon by Scythopin should have faced the Oros by Wasted Duck. They were both 1-1 at that time. So what I'm going to do is I'm having them face in one battle, and if the Xenon wins, its record would be 2-1, and if it loses, it's its second loss and it gets eliminated. So hopefully for my sake it loses, but just in case it doesn't, then we'll do the follow-up battle. What the matchups would have been is episode 48 should have been the Oros by the Oros and the Xenon, and 49 should have been the Predator and the Thunderstorm. Unfortunately, the Predator and the Thunderstorm never ran into each other, so I don't know who would have won that battle. But going off of their eventual records, the Thunderstorm went 2-2 and the Predator went 3-2. So I'm going to give the win to the Predator. So it would end up being, after episode 49, it would be 2-1, and the Thunderstorm would be 1-2 and get eliminated. And then the Steel Strider's Boomer and the Hydro Tank by Thompson, I believe, did meet in episode 50. Hydro Tank by Thompson, episode 50. And that met the Steel Strider's Boomer in episode 50, yes. And the Boomer did win. So that matchup, so in that case, the Hydro Tank after episode 50 was 2-1. And therefore, that would be the secondary matchup. I know that's a lot to kind of work out. It seriously took me like 15-20 minutes just to figure this out. Probably would have been faster just to have the Xenon face everybody again. But anyway, in any event, what we're going to do is we're going to have the Xenon versus the Oros. If it wins, it's going to face the Hydro Tank. And that way it should get all of its battles and not be cheated out of it like it was. So I already have the battle set up here. Hopefully this transfers when I switch screens. But we're going to go ahead and get this started and get the battle underway. This unpaused. Oh, my controller shut off. There we go. So we have the Oros by Wasted Duck taking on the Xenon by Scythopin. Little Krypton taking a hit there and dropping down into the water. Kind of a small hit, but obviously hit something critical. Wasted Duck does not care. It does not care about the Kryptons at all. It is hungry for the blood of the Xenon and is running it down relentlessly. See the missiles continuing to come out, eating some missiles in return. That was a nasty missile strike. The Oros does have strong repairs, but it will run out of materials eventually. Lambs is doing some work, but it doesn't even look like the missiles have enough fuel to make it all the way there. Possibly damaged missiles being fired. Oh, leg spike. Looks like we're losing. Yep, we lost one of the Kryptons. Other Krypton is struggling to keep up with the battle. goes the other Krypton. So it's going to get disqualified. We'll see. Yep, disqualification is ticking off. Too far away from the battle. Down to just the Wasted Duck, or the Oros by Wasted Duck versus the Xenon. Xenon seems to have stopped firing. Just running away. There it goes. Another missile bombing coming. Oros down to 87. Looks like it has enough materials to repair back one last time. Only less than 2 minutes left in the battle. AI dead. So Xenon wins round 1. Actually, we'll give it just a second just to see. Sometimes the AI does repair. Not in this case, though. First round goes to the Xenon. Just reset and get round number 2 underway. Alright, here we go, round 2. Thinking about it. There it goes. Isn't doing as good this round. Getting beat up pretty hard here. That little Krypton is going off into space. It is gone. And so is the second one. It looks like the EMP messed with the controls, and yeah, those are both gone. Down to just the Xenon and the Oros now. Doesn't look like the Oros really has any way to damage the Xenon. It's too slow to close the distance, and its missiles just don't have enough fuel to make it all the way to the Xenon. And even when they get close, the Lambs is taking them out. It does have the lead though, because both Kryptons got taken out. But in order to get the win, it has to survive all the way until the end, which it has struggled to do. I think if the problem with the Oros is that I think if this bottom like sort of pole with all the hydrofoils, if that had been extended another 10 or 12 meters out in front so that it didn't nose down so heavily. It would have been a lot faster and been more effective. Unfortunately, far too late now to fix that. So it's already been all the way through all of its matches and eliminated. I guess we could potentially see another entry come in from Wasted Duck. We still have as the time we're recording, we have a couple days left to get new entries in. I think I'm going to put this up tomorrow, which means there will be 1 day left. So if you're watching this on the day it came out, you got 1 day left to work on your entries before sending them in. That's it for this matchup. So the Krypton does indeed win, which means I believe it faces the Hydro Tank. So this would, oh, not Team 2, Team 1. There we go. This would have been the matchup, and we'll see how this one goes. I don't think these two, let's double check here. You have the, so 40 and 42, and 44 and 47. Yeah, so these two never actually met, even though if the error wouldn't have happened, they should have. So let's get this started. Hydro Tank by Thompson, Xenon by Sithfin. Round 1. I do believe the Hydro Tank will have the advantage here. It has enough speed to circle around and dodge the missiles from the Xenon. What the Hydro Tank struggled with was enemies that were either below water or low in the water and had trouble. Oh, look at that though. Takes a big chunk of damage right off the bat. Well, it recovers nicely. But, yeah, firing at the little Krypton's not effective. But as you saw, it struggled with enemies low in the water or down under the water. It's behind so far though. It's at 97%. Team Xenon at 90. Oh, looks like some shells landing at the rear there. They must be time shells. Well, I think I remember Thompson mentioning that he did use time shells. So that is dangerous. Those shells are exploding right in the rear there, where there is not a lot of protection. Hydro Tank deciding to switch targets and fire at the little Kryptons. Oh, Xenon managed to get itself some disqualification time. Hydro Tank's ammo storage exploding, giving it a little launch across the battlefield. Oh, both Kryptons 83% down in the water. But the Hydro Tank's circling them though, so they're not getting that usual disqualification time. Xenon picking up disqualification time again. Oh, there they go. Looks like the Kryptons are going up into space. Both of them ticking away on disqualification time. That brings the Hydro Tank back to the Xenon. And that's actually very lucky. It looks like the Xenon was just about to disqualify itself. Hydro Tank's shots are landing heavy though. Better be careful, it's dangerously close to disqualifying itself. Minute and a half left in regulation. Not sure if the battle will last that long. Shots coming from the Hydro Tank have slowed considerably. Xenon is out of materials. Hydro Tank still has quite a few materials left. So you're slowly repairing back up. Not a lot of repair bots, but enough to keep the repairs going. Oh, and there it is. Disqualified itself. So first round goes to the Hydro Tank. Get this reset and get round number 2 underway. Here we go, round 2. Yeah, the erratic movements of the Hydro Tank are enough to throw off its enemies. As we saw before, it was able to loop around and just totally confuse missiles coming in. Does a really good job of dodging shells. So that was a nice shot. Hit that Krypton square. And yeah, it looks like that one is going to get taken out. Picking up disqualification time being up so high. And there we go. Look at the Xenon. So far away. Xenon took some damage there. Looks like maybe some shots from the Hydro Tank. I didn't see him. Yeah, there we go. The Hydro Tank is definitely firing at it. See, the Hydro Tank zooms in, and so the Xenon starts backing away, and then the Hydro Tank loops around and runs away, and it actually causes the Xenon to get slowly drifting backwards, picking up disqualification time. Krypton's down in the water. Looks like they may get taken out here. Yep, there's one, 2 damaged, and should see the other one there. Yep, both 2 damaged. Looked like the Hydro Tank shot itself there. And once again, Xenon picking up disqualification time. Seconds of disqualification time. Otherwise, the battle is fairly close. Xenon is behind due to the loss of the Kryptons, though. Now the flak on the Hydro Tank, not letting those missiles get anywhere near it. I think it's actually doing more damage from self-harm than it is from taking missile shots. Yeah, those missiles get taken out way far at distance. Xenon, 19 seconds of disqualification time. You see the Hydro Tank swoops in. Xenon kicks on its high-powered reverse thrusters. And then the Hydro Tank will swoop away, and the Xenon just slowly drifts away. Doesn't have as many thrusters to cancel that. Right there, see? Hydro Tank moves in, Xenon swoops away, and then Hydro Tank moves the other direction and gets the Xenon to disqualify itself. It's 1 second away. There it is. Alright, so there we go. Extra bonus win there for Thompson. Unfortunately, that won't count towards its record, but I will update the Xenon's record. So that would have should have won its second, and then lost its third. So it should be 2-2 overall. So we'll go ahead, and I'm not going to go to the main sheet and change that, because like I said, I record the battles ahead of time. I don't want to give anything away, but I will update that in the recordings, and eventually I'll give everybody a copy of this so they can kind of keep track of the episodes and all that sort of stuff. But that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Apologies to Sithafin. And thanks for being cool about me messing up your episodes. Obviously a mistake, and I hope you can understand, you know, with all these entries, all these episodes, just an oversight. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you did, go ahead and give me that thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.